Welcome back. By the end of this module, you will execute one clean midair stop, orbit one target, and navigate home on instruments alone. That's the bar. We will take the basics you just mastered and push them further. Today we're going to talk about flying low and flying steady. Arm your drone. At the bottom right of your screen, you'll see a percentage number. That is your throttle percent from 0 to 100. Don't use too much or you'll burn your motors. At the center of your screen, you'll see your degrees pitch forward, pitch backward. It'll change. That is your pitch. A combination of pitch and throttle will send your drone in any direction you want. For this drone, it seems to be about 42 to 43 degrees pitch and about 65% throttle. Maybe 48% keeps you at a pretty steady elevation as you fly. Let's try this 3 times. Find the exact number. This will of course depend on the weight and model of your drone, what motors you're using, your batteries, etc. 65% throttle, 60% throttle, 41 degrees negative pitch keeps us flying pretty level. Rise a few times. You'll get the hang of it. You might be asking, why not just fly high and avoid worrying about this as you fly higher and higher? As you can see, when we crest above the tree line, your drone is silhouetted against a very large blue sky. This is incredibly easy to spy from the ground and cause your drone to get shot down. Flying low and steady is incredibly important as a drone pilot in UFDS. Flying a drone is as easy as pitching forward, applying throttle. Stopping a drone is as easy as pitching rearward and applying throttle. To stop a drone, you're essentially canceling whatever momentum you're currently carrying. If I'm flying to the right, I cancel it with throttle to the left. If I'm flying to the left, I cancel with throttle to the right. If I'm flying forwards, I cancel it with throttle backwards. If I fly backwards, I cancel with throttle forwards. And as always, low throttle is off. Throttle on is up. Let's practice stopping on command. This is going to be a balance between pitch and throttle. First, let's keep our throttle the same 60%. We want to stop, so we pitch backwards and we crash. Meaning, you need to apply throttle when pitching backwards. Otherwise, the drone will lose altitude due to bleeding speed. Let's try it again. Arm your drone, take off. This time, apply pitch only to see what happens. Flying forward, thumb off the pitch. Throttle only just sends us in the same direction. To control your drone, you have to point it in the direction you want it to go and apply throttle. So how do you do it? You do it with both at the same time. Pitch forward, throttle forward, pitch back. As you pitch back, throttle forward. Get a little bit of speed to avoid falling and just slow down one more time. Pitch forward, throttle forward. We're getting a little bit of altitude, so lower it. Less throttle, pitch back, throttle up. Catch yourself and you slow yourself to a stop pretty easily. You can't fly and punch the throttle when doing this. I'll show you what happens when you do that. If you're going forward, you pitch back, you punch the throttle, begin going backwards, and you gain altitude. This is okay if you're flying in an open area, but it's a bad habit to develop because in a confined space, like a building or through a city, it can cause you to crash into a wall or the ceiling. Let's try it one more time. We're going forward. We want to stop. So we pitch backwards, fly in, throttle up, and catch ourselves. And there we go. Nice and clean stop. Okay, so we know how to take off, fly forward, and stop. Let's combine everything we know so far into orbiting. Arm your drone, let's take off. We need to pick an object to orbit around. In this case, it's this big power mast here. If you want to orbit an object in a circle, it needs to combine all your inputs. Let's show you why you need to do so. If you want to yaw around the object using this stick, you'll just spin in place. This won't help you orbit along. Pitch obviously moves you forward and backward. That won't help you orbit. Roll will move you laterally or parallel to the object, but doesn't help you orbit. To orbit, you need to combine a mix of both pitch, roll, and yaw, while applying enough throttle to maintain altitude. Let's do so. Now I approach the object. I roll into the direction of travel while yawing opposite the direction of travel. The reason for this is roll sets my direction, while yaw sets my crosshair. Think of it like this. You want to keep your eyes on the object using yaw, and you want to pick your direction using a roll. If I want to widen my arc, I keep my aim point on the outside of the object that I'm orbiting. Let's pick a very wide aim point. Now, as you see, the further I move my crosshair from the object on the outside of it, the wider the orbit becomes. Now let's bring it to the inside of the object. As you see, it brings it to the inside of the object. That dictates the direction that you're traveling. By orbiting, we can get a narrower orbit. Orbiting is a balance between the outside and inside. Aim points to keep you focused and stuck on your target. As you see my orbit, being focused right on the center of the target, keeps me relatively in line with an equidistant radius from my orbit. Let's try it with a few trees here. We're going to orbit this one in our crosshair. Roll into the direction of travel while yawing against the direction of travel. This is one of the most important basic maneuvers while you're flying. The important thing to remember is much of what you're heading towards is out of your field of view. So be mindful with the trees and other objects around you while you fly, as our battery is getting low. Arm your drone. Flying through buildings is pretty easy. You just fly through the thing. The hard part is all the objects you can hit along the way. To build up some confidence with this, before we get going, we're going to practice in the island's free flight map. Line up with this building here. Keep the window in the center of your screen. Pitch forward, throw up some momentum. Roll and yaw to keep it in the center of your screen, and we're going to give it a pass through. Nice and easy. The main problem I see new pilots have is committing to gaps that they can't make. I'm going towards the building and I realize that I can't make it. I just pull back, reset, and try again. A mission that hits its target, taking an extra reset, is better than a mission that crashes. Flying indoors is tricky too because you have to manage your altitude. Too much throttle sends you into the ceiling, and too little sends you into the floor. As I pass through this window turn, I'm going to lose some speed, so I need to apply the right balance of throttle. Keep me nice and cleanly off the ground. Let's do a clean one to see how it should look. We're going to pass through the building here. A little bit of throttle. Cleanly out of the window. As always, ensure that your bomb is disarmed. Arm your drone. The main mistake I see new pilots make when flying through trees is overcorrecting. This is a rare case where a little bit of roll goes a long way. I'm approaching this tree and I want to avoid hitting it. I could rapidly jerk myself around to try and dodge it, but this is both likely to end in crashing into another tree and burns through battery. Let me show you what I mean. I'm approaching the tree. I want to avoid hitting it and just roll myself out of the way. No throttle changes, no yaw changes. Just a little bit of pitch to keep moving forward and some roll. Find yourself a nice patch of trees. Aim forward, try and roll around. Nice and easy. This is an important skill. Less is more when you fly drones. Every single input you use causes battery drain, and if done incorrectly, you'll spin out of control and cause a crash. Arm your drone, let's get going. As you can see, the drone mostly just sees what's in front of it. I can't see to the side of me, above me, or below me. Adjusting your camera angle can help with this somewhat, but broadly speaking, if you're descending or ascending, you're flying a little bit blind past a straight vertical gap. It's important that you understand the 3D space around you and keep that in mind as you're flying. I'll use this building up here as an example. I can see that the center of this building is pretty much clear, and the sides have two big concrete slabs on them. So as I approach this here, I can no longer see what's beneath me, but based on 3D spatial awareness, I can descend carefully and not hit the concrete slabs the same way. I see that there's a bit of an overhang roof here. I know that I've passed it now, so I can ascend without hitting it. This is basic 3D spatial awareness. What makes this more fun? Think about what objects are behind you. In this building here, I can see that there's a window right here, and if I look through it, I can see that there's a window over there. These two objects are in a line. This window immediately in front of me is my reference point. So I'm going to fly through this, turn around, and if I keep this window in front of me, fixed in the center of my screen at the appropriate set altitude, I can pass backwards. Right through the object, keeping reference points in mind. When flying in tight spaces, it's incredibly important. This is what differentiates a good pilot from a great pilot. I recommend trying to pass through numerous windows vertically until you find an open roof hole, until you find yourself able to do it just on muscle memory. While most games will represent signal loss as a general static screen, UFDS specifically simulates electronic warfare and signal interference. To ensure this works in your game, you're going to go to the menu, hitting Escape, Options, General. Ensure that camera effects power is turned to 100. Show EW can be on or off, and antenna auto-rotate mode is turned off. This ensures you have maximum visual artifacts from EW and interference, and if we intentionally cause some interference, our antenna won't follow us. The antenna, attached to the mast, which is this large green thing that you've seen on many missions. The antenna, that being a Yagi antenna, is this object here in the center of my screen. This captures the radio waves from your drone and lets you see the visuals on your screen here. Where the antenna is pointing, you can see that we have clear, crisp video. If you fly on the opposite side of the antenna though, on the backside, very quickly, you'll start getting some artifacts such as signal loss. This isn't the problem though, because even with signal loss, your flight controller will still show you a few readings with your instruments. Center screen. We have a horizon line. We have our pitch beneath that. Altitude to the right. Beneath that, we have throttle. Let's go intentionally, cause a little bit of video loss. I'm going to fly opposite of the antenna here and fly on instruments alone. I'm heading to the west right now, quickly losing video feed. And at about this point, I've completely lost video. This would be a problem, but by referencing instruments, we know we have to turn back to the east since that's how we get back home. I want to pitch forward. I'm maintaining altitude. Going up a bit just in case I hit something. And with that, quickly returning back to our video feed. Let's go to the north. Try around the back half of the antenna to be losing video, and at about this point, we have full video loss. So like I said, check your horizon, start hovering, or hover in place. Now let's turn back southeast, since that's how we get home. Get a little bit of altitude just to take care of any objects. Pitch forward, let's fly on home. Boom. There we go and our video is back. UFDS is an excellent simulator. Lets you simulate these things that you may find in real life, whether flying in strong weather, in a civilian setting, or in combat.